Now you get to have fun. You get to cover it with duct tape. Now, you can really do this any way you like. I have found that it's easiest if you cover the front right at the edge there. So you go right to the edge and go over the sides with just a little extra tape like that. And then you put your bottom strip on. Now, here's the thing. As we do with duct tape fabric, you always want to have a tiny bit of an overlap. So I'm going to give it a tiny bit of an overlap. Now, fold this over and fold this over on the edge there. Do you see how you have this extra little bit that hangs over? This is where you're going to use your scissors and just give it a little snip here in the corner. And then just fold that down, give a little snip in this corner, and fold that down, and you'll end up with a nice, smooth pleat instead of like a bunchiness. And then you get a nice, smooth look. See that? It just folds right onto it. It's kind of like a hospital corner. Okay, so you can do the same thing everywhere, back and everything. But then what I like to do is come sideways, come diagonally for the side pieces. And if you want to, if you're not going to embellish, you can start with these side pieces because then you won't end up with any crooked pieces like that. Now, at the top, again, see how you've got that little edge? Just fold it over. And again, hit it with another side piece. Make sure you do that overlap. Okay. So as I'm doing this, my tape is a tiny, tiny, tiny bit longer than the side that I'm covering. Okay, so see you got that little corner there? I'm going to use my X-Acto knife here to get a nice, clean cut. And you fold that up, and you fold that over, and look how nice and neat that is. You wouldn't even know that there was a piece of tape that came up and over there. Okay, now for this corner here, I'm going to come right along that side. I'm so nice and close there that I don't even need to cut it. Look at that. Now, for covering this part, the inside part, what I found is best to do is to actually lay it down. Let's see if I can do it in this direction here. And do this in pieces that are a little bit shorter. And just lay them straight on in here. If you can get a piece that's, you can measure and make sure that your piece is exactly the same. But get it right in this section here. And for this one here, I'm going to measure, make it sure it's exactly the same. This one, I laid right at the edge. This one, I'm going to lay it a little bit. Whoop, cut off a tiny piece. I'm going to lay this a little bit higher than the top so that I can actually fold it over and get a nice seal there. See that? And then I can come back with one more piece. And put that in here. Okay, got a little piece stuck to me. Got a little hijacker. Okay, see, and then I can lay this right in here. And again, I always tell people not to get too terribly concerned about any little jiggies and stuff like that, like here, because you are going to come back and embellish. Now, for the sides. You might need to measure because it depends on the width of your box. And in this case, it's a little bit thinner than the tape. So what I'm actually going to do is lay this down here and figure out exactly how much it is. It's like the tiniest little bit here that I'm going to cut off. I'm just going to take this and lay it right inside. Like that. Now, I'm going to just cut this little extra bit off here. Oh, my hand's in the way so you can't see. There we go. And fold this over on itself just to get those edges like that. Okay, so I'm not going to cover the whole thing because as you can see it takes a little bit of time. But once you're all done, then you can come back and embellish, and you can even put letters on here if you wanted to. You could put your name, you could put your address, you could put whatever you wanted on here. But one of the things that I wanted to show you that are really fun is Duct brand has come out with these minis. They call them ducklings, and they are about 1 inch wide, and they're awesome for embellishing. Let me show you. You just take these, lay them right across, and you've got your awesome embellishing without having to cut or rip your tape. So it makes it pretty fantastic and easy to embellish. It's up to you how you want to make your mail center look. And if you make some, send me pictures because I'd love to see at sophie-world.com. For more ideas on how to organize your life, come and check us out at sophie-world.com.